We have to talk about it because everybody else is talking about it and it's ridiculous. The pardon powers in this country have been abused since the beginning of this country. And yeah, yesterday, Joe Biden, he pardoned his son. Nothing compared to Trump letting out the January 6th rioters, especially the people that, did harm to police officers. Right, the world may not need another podcast, but it can definitely use a slap. Welcome to Slap the Power, the show that lifts artists who use their powers for positive progress. I'm Rick Barrio-Dill.
And I'm Asia Nakia.
That's right. On the show today, we touch base with our resident badass artist who's using her powers for positive progress, Asia Nakia, and we're leading off with Pause for Progress today on our furry fighters, Rachel and Alan, as well as the general manager of LA Animal Services stepping down. So lots of stuff going on there.
Yes. And then we're going to go into Joe Biden and the fact that he pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, after vowing not to do the very thing he said he just did.
I know. Everybody's got their take on this, and we do too. But it's still worth talking about and chopping it up because it could, on one level, it's astounding. On the other level, you'd probably do it for your people. So it's like that's just a place we're at. And then a little later, we're going to catch up with our Gen Z correspondent, Asher Friedberg, with a new edition of Make This Ish Make Sense. Asher, he refused to give us any context today, kind of just like a Gen Zer. Just he's total like, no, I'm not even going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you we're going to have to make it ish make sense. So stick around for that.
And then we've got the wonderfully articulated comments from Elon Musk about fighting population decline, even though he has children that he doesn't want to claim anymore.
And we touch on martial law being enacted for 6 hours in South Korea, and now impeachment proceedings have begun against the president. And we ponder, can we do that here? Is it possible? I don't know. We'll find out. Asking for a friend.
And then a little later, we've got our most favorite little segment here, 2 Scams and a Slap, where we take 3 batshit crazy events, 2 of which are fake and 1 which is real, and we have to figure out which one is actually the truth. And today I am reading to Rick, and you are going to have to decide which one is the slap.
That's right. I'm in the hot seat today, along with you, the listener. So,
but first, we're going to talk about some huge news here in LA. We just heard that the general manager of Los Angeles Animal Services just resigned yesterday. This is huge news. I mean, we've been talking about the LA shelter crisis, almost in every episode because it's just so hard-hitting and devastating. And now here we are again. We've got a chance. The mayor is now scouting for this person that will take over this job. I mean, I'm like on edge trying to figure out who is going to be the next candidate. Is this person going to make a difference? I don't know, but I'm going to be watching this like a hawk.
Is that a gig that are there? What's the list on people that are actually perfectly suited for this gig?
I mean, the issue with hiring shelter directors and the issue that Animal Services is under a government body is that they always go for people within the government because they like people that know the lingo. They like people that know how to work in the city environment. All of those things are great, but we don't need that right now. Like, we need someone to come in that has been working in every aspect of rescue.
Yeah.
We need somebody that is brilliant on the streets. We need someone that understands, how shelters run and operate. We need someone that understands the, spay and neuter crisis that we have. We need someone that's really in all of these different pockets, not just someone that's come up through the government tiers and needs their next administrative job, which is what happens 99% of the time. And that's just not working. So who would be a good candidate? Me.
You.
I would, that is something that I would love to tackle, but really it needs to be someone with a rescue mindset. Yeah. It needs to be someone that understands the ordinances, the laws that are in place, the laws that need to change, how we can best reach out to our community with low-cost spay-neuter clinics, how we can put an end to the breeder license and intact licenses. So there's so much involved in it, but I am like, fingers crossed, let this be the positive change that we need to move LA forward. I mean, 76,000 animals this year have been killed. I'm going to stop saying euthanized because it sounds pretty.
Yeah.
And it's just not. And it's not acceptable.
76,000 nationwide?
No.
76,000.
In Los Angeles.
In LA.
In LA.
76,000.
We are not even done with this year. And this number is from November. We have a whole entire month to add to that number.
God, that's horrible.
It's horrifying.
Yeah. When we first started regrouping for this new season and you coming out to LA, one of the things you said to me was, this is a solvable problem. And I love the fact that we're bringing this up because it actually is an opportunity to hopefully, put people in the flow of this opening and this vacuum that's being created to fix the problem, because that is an insane number. That's a ridiculous number. It's an unacceptable number.
Absolutely.
So, everyone nominate Asia Nakia to fix this problem in LA, because she would know how to do it. But
if the mayor wants my resume, she's welcome to it. But,
but
at least if you get the right person, and then we get some of the rescuers here on the streets, people that are working in Compton and Skid Row and dealing with, the low-cost spay-neuter clinics that are at their max, that appointments are full constantly. Yeah. Get some people on the ground that know what they're talking about, that really have the animal's best interests at heart. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I guess keep an eye here. We will definitely keep everyone posted on this one. And
absolutely,
that's incredible. 72,000 is just incredible and unacceptable number. So let's do something about that. Moving on for pause for progress. How is what's the update with our girl Daisy / Rachel, and of course Alan, the newbie? But tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, our girl Rachel has really, Rachel / Daisy. We like Daisy much better.
Yeah.
Daisy has been just going through it. I mean, we've been getting, estimates and quotes and, will we have to amputate her front leg? Can we save it? I've been talking to orthopedic surgeons. I've been trying to fundraise. I mean, we had a number at 6,000. Now we have a number at 4,500. That's the best I think we're going to get in this area.
Yeah. And for those that don't know or are just kind of picking up on this, we keep you updated on the Slap the Power site, as well as Compassion Curator and Compassion Kind, right? Yeah. We're at 24 hours to basically get this girl some legs, man. We need some legs for this girl. She's so adorable. Check it out on Instagram. There are, we could do 45 people doing $10, right? So
and we would be there.
We would be there, yeah. So make sure to check it out. Check it out on our site and get involved. What is the open rate for a kidney, I think? Or
I mean, I'm literally, next show I might be a new version of myself, which thank goodness for our audio listeners, they won't see a change.
You'll be on dialysis.
I mean, I'm literally like Googling how I can find money for this little girl to get some legs tomorrow. I mean...
And everything that comes up in the top 10 on Google is OnlyFans. All it says is OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Yeah.
And then there's feet, arrangements.
Right? There's
selling feet. Yeah.
Apparently you can sell your feet.
Yeah. I mean, I treated myself the other day to a pedicure, and the lovely woman at the nail salon was telling me about how her friend is paying her rent selling her feet pictures. And on Snapchat, of all places. I didn't even know that was a thing anymore.
I did not know either. That's incredible. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, can we get legs on Snapchat?
Right, sure. Well... You can convert feet to legs. Apparently.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like it's like got a correlation.
Yeah,
it's a correlated
correlation. Feet sell legs. We get some legs for this dog. Yeah. Come on, no. But Daisy is adorable. We got to make this happen, and so it's one of those things where the pause for progress. We need to fix this girl's paws for sure. So
we do.
Hopefully we can stir this up for you. All right, and we're back as promised. Our resident Gen Z expert here, Asher Fried. Is it Asher or is it? We're still working it out, right?
I thought it was.
It's Asher.
It was Joe?
I'd say, yeah, he's here from Make This Ish Make Sense, Asher! And as usual, he's coming up from the trap door underneath the table. For those that are,
and there he is.
For those that are listening at home, he lives under the table, under the pod table at.
There was another guy down there.
What?
Oh my
God. What was his name? I
think his name was Asher.
Was it?
That might have been him.
Okay, that's who you're getting confused.
The confusion.
I
mean, like sometimes I worry about like what's going on under the table.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. Sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm always wearing pants.
All kinds of That's why I'm always wearing pants. That's great. Yeah, no, that's smart because you don't know what could pop up from underneath the pod table here.
No.
So, this week it's Alan and no, Asher. What do you got for us? All right, make this ish make sense. What is it? You refused to tell us, just like you're steadfast in your ideas. Yep. You're always right. Gen Z, gotcha. Okay, yep. What is it? What is
Zero
it?
Context.
Zero context.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Go, let's move forward.
Go ahead. So this better be entertaining.
They're definitely entertaining this week. So I've got 2 issues for you. The first one is going to be, I'm actually going to show you guys a trailer for an upcoming TV project. I want to see if you guys can guess what it is, all right?
Oh, okay. I love this game. Okay. Right.
So, what did you guys think that was a trailer for?
Like end of the world type.
Yeah.
Like alien invasion.
Yeah.
/ new dinosaur age with massive bugs. I don't know. Something like that.
So I'll give you guys a hint. It's based on a classic video game. Think classic.
Mario Kart.
No, but that's actually as fair a guess as what the answer is.
Donkey Kong.
No.
Dig Dug.
Getting warmer. All right, I'll tell
Pac-Man?
It is the Pac-Man.
What?
That is Pac-Man.
Go me! I don't even know games.
That was Pac-Man.
Wow.
This is a new, I believe it's a new Amazon Limited series, going to be called Secret Level. And there's going to be episodes. It's an anthology series where each episode's going to be based on a different video game franchise. I know 3 of them. One's Pac-Man, one's going to be Mega Man, one's going to be Warhammer. And they're doing these anthology series right now. But the internet at the moment is talking about this crazy Pac-Man trailer that looks nothing like Pac-Man. Pac-Man's a yellow ball that runs around eating ghosts.
Yeah.
And I didn't see any ghosts in that one or Pac-Man. But
how does he deal with HR, though, eating all them ghosts?
Yeah, I can see that being an issue going forward.
Today. Sure, in this climate, in this PC world, yeah. You eating all them ghosts, man? Come on. Okay, so make it make sense, Asher. How make that ish make sense? How? Why? What?
So a lot of people are kind of iffy. Some people are like very against it. Like, what is this? You're just using the Pac-Man IP to try to create something new. What is this? Fair. I don't understand why you would take a yellow ball and try to change into almost looking like a Legend of Zelda character, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of hot.
And then the other opinion, which I kind of see that too, is we complain all the time about people making boring adaptations of things. Yeah. Things are just one-to-one or just not even that, where it's just lazy, just sticking pages onto screen. You got to give them some credit. They are taking some real creative liberties with Pac-Man. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but I'm going to watch it. I want to see what's going on with this Pac-Man. I kind of respect the fact that they're trying something really weird.
Yeah, hey, I mean, what you got? That's where we got to go now.
Yeah, I mean,
just go weird.
It seems far-fetched.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to, pull on the nostalgia from Pac-Man, I don't know where that fits in, but sure.
I mean, just scraping the IP barrel, boy. You're just going around,
scooping.
Just scooping it out.
I've been hearing it with music lately.
Yeah,
you think? There'll be a Tetris movie soon, but one came out like 2 years ago already.
Yeah. Wow. Well, all right, and as promised, pivoting a little bit, but make this ish make sense, Asher. Elon Musk. All right, Elon, he's been habitually claiming that people aren't having enough children to sustain the world population. Extreme birth rate collapse is the biggest danger to human civilization thus far, says the I guess he's president-elect, right? President-elect Musk. So make that make sense.
Oh,
Asher,
my God.
how does Gen Z feel about that? And
Oh man, well Gen Z is pretty split these days. We're not as unified as we once were. You know, we are by no means a
monolith.
Yeah,
No,
we are
of
not a
course not.
monolith.
Of course
Yes. We used to be a little more of one, I would say, but we
Yeah.
have divided more and more. But with Elon, I mean, part of me, look, I myself could probably do some more research about overpopulation. But also, I was born in 1999. When I was born, the population, I think we were at 6 billion people.
watch your feet.
That was such a good
bragging over
Prince
here.
song,
bragging.
too. I
Yeah.
went straight to the Prince
Yeah,
song.
sure.
Yeah, I've got people like it's 1999. And then since I've been alive, we've already gone up 2 billion people. I don't feel like we're in a danger right now of overpopulation. I mean, of underpopulation. If anything, I'm worried about overpopulation. There's people starving. There's homeless people. I'm sure somewhere we have the resources to help everyone, but we clearly aren't doing it right. So why bring more people into it?
No,
What do you think?
absolutely. What do I think?
Yeah.
Oh, this is, I could go on for days about this. I think that statement on his Twitter is one of the most dangerous statements to possibly put out into the world when we are dealing with
That's saying a
climate.
lot from his
I mean,
Twitter.
yeah, but it is a huge, huge statement. And I mean, there's a lot of followers of Musk that are going to take that seriously and think we've got to be on some mission of baby making, which is absolutely ridiculous considering that we have not enough resources right now. Nobody's even talking about the fact that we are going to face water wars in the next 20 to 30 years. The water scarcity, our ground level water levels, I mean, we are really at a breaking point. I mean, literally at a breaking point with climate change. And now we have Mr. Trump coming on board, which will probably put us backwards even more. So the last thing we need to be doing is putting more children onto this planet. And I'll take it a step further from there. We have 370,000 children in foster care. Where do those kids go?
In the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S. And then we're talking about all these abortion rights and things that are coming up now. We're going to have a plethora of children without homes, and now we're telling people they should be having more children. Let's take care of what we have. Let's try to at least make use of the resources that we have that we're already like overusing every single day. So no, I'm not buying the Elon Musk statement, and I think
I could be wrong, allegedly, Your Honor, but doesn't he have kids that he don't even know their names or doesn't even talk
Aren't
to
they
them?
like decimal names?
Yeah, I mean,
4,
like
6,
dead to him
7.
now.
I don't know.
Dead to him. That's right. He made a comment that's like, right?
Yeah, I believe he has I want to say he has a trans daughter, and essentially made a comment saying that the liberal woke virus killed her.
And he's giving
And then
advice
she
about
came
having
out.
children.
Yeah, I'm like, you are the last person to give advice. Your own child's constantly slamming you online.
Yeah.
It's not good.
We have
Yeah.
millions of children starving all over this planet. I am not about it at all. And people are getting smarter, and resources are getting more scarce, and families are doing more planning. I mean, this is a good piece of news. You should be putting a lot of thought into having a baby. You should be putting a lot of thought into who's having kids and what we're putting out into the world. So
I think
I just...
the numbers, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
But I think the numbers actually do sort of bear out that we are at a place where the economics don't sustain it for most people. And I think in the same way that sort of decides elections, it also decides people's, what they're going to do with their families and their
Right.
resources and stuff. But yeah, it's a crazy time. So I don't know. That's why we got the furry kinds. The 4-legged kinds.
Yeah.
They need homes too. So
I mean, I'm all about us just adopting more fur kids.
yes, amen.
And the children that are still looking for homes that need homes. So, yeah, absolutely ridiculous statement. I'm not about it.
Not about it.
Nope.
Hell no. All right, and before we let you go, Asher, you had an update for us on Jaguar, which their couture ad was something that we highlighted last time, trying to figure out what the fuck were they doing.
Yeah. So we know what the fuck they were doing now.
Okay.
So they have a new car out, the Type 00 or Type 00. I'm going to show you guys real quick. It'll be on the screen.
Okay.
This is the new car.
Oh,
Right here.
wow. Okay.
Oh,
Whoop.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
so,
a Jaguar?
Yes. So these are the new Jaguars. They're electric.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm
No, I ain't
not
mad
like
at
a big
that.
car
I ain't mad at
person, and
that.
I am not mad at that at all.
I think it's an interesting style. my thoughts on this, building off of last week, is that
The ad campaign.
I don't think that ad campaign did a great job prepping this car out. I think they were.
You and I are talking about it now, though.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
So
Yeah.
maybe it did work.
Yeah.
Maybe it worked, but it might be the kind of thing where I hope people buy the car.
Well,
So
sure.
you're
Yeah.
thinking
How much is
like it created buzz, but we'll see how many people actually buy this car.
Let me see how much this car's going for.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They might have not put a price out yet.
it's cute.
That is.
I would drive that car.
It's cute. I wish they had put this car in the commercial last week, because I personally would have been happier if we had found out that they were doing some sort of clothing line or fashion, because then it would have made what they did last week make more sense and feel a little bit less. I don't want to say that it was taking advantage of anybody, but it definitely felt like they were.
I feel what you mean. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
just something about it just didn't quite hit for me. The fact that I can't see a lot of connections between the models they chose and these cars, aside from the fact that they were all wearing pastels.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I could think of, and there were no cars. Hopefully, we find out later that they have some kind of plan that incorporates fashion, style. Right
It's
now.
interesting.
Maybe.
It's interesting because it was so odd that it became a thing, and I think nowadays you kind of have to. Nowadays, it feels like if you're sitting in a room, you're like, "What can we do to promote our new car?"
Right.
You really like no idea is left enough. Like no idea
I mean,
is
it's
crazy
true.
enough.
That's like the brilliance of marketing campaigns, I
Mad
mean, that's why
Men
people
and all that stuff. Yeah,
go
They
crazy
made shit
thinking up
out of
these
nothing.
these Super Bowl commercials. People are always talking about them because they leave an impression on you, no matter what that impression is. But I do feel you on
Feeling duped.
feeling a little duped and feeling like maybe you're utilizing people
Yeah.
from different backgrounds and genders and all kinds of different humans to promote a car in a cheesy kind of way.
And I wanted it to work. I was rooting for them. I thought it was a really cool commercial.
Yeah.
I just feel like. Then look, I think that they might have been rushing out this announcement of the car because I know that there was a leak that revealed that. So for all I know, in the next few days, maybe by the time this goes up, we're going to find out there's also going to be a Jaguar clothing brand. But as of now, their hand was sort of forced to just be like, okay, this is the Jaguar plan.
Yeah.
But
If there is a clothing brand again, that's chef's kiss right there.
because I think that's great.
Yeah.
But if it's just for the new car model, I just look. It's successful in the fact that we're talking about it, but is it
Right.
successful in the fact where a year from now we're like, oh, that was stupid, or that was a smart move. We don't know.
Or maybe
Yeah.
we'll see all of those same characters in the commercial on ads on the freeway. And that would be a beautiful articulation
That would be a
and
nice way to bring it
extension.
back.
Yeah. If we start seeing those commercials with those humans that were so beautifully put on their commercial, then maybe it'll make sense.
Yeah,
maybe
or-
they got a rollout plan.
Yeah.
Everybody
or
gets
it's
a
just
free Jag.
really smart, and we're just getting too soft. You know what I'm saying? So
What we said last week was right, though, that they were definitely leaning to have a less traditional masculine look. These cars
Yeah.
are definitely, I would say, more gender neutral looking. Depending on what kind of car you're looking for. I'm assuming that's not going to just come in those two colors. But
Pastels.
the pastels are nice though. But
Yeah.
they'll get dirty. They'll get dirty fast.
Yeah.
But cool looking.
they are cool.
But
so.
look, at least they were accurate in trying to say we're not going to be doing the classic original Jaguar style. I don't know if you guys saw, there were ads from past few decades where it's been a little cheesy. It's like there's this one ad, it might be on the screen, I'm not sure, where it's like, this pussycat can't be tamed, and it's a picture of the Jaguar crawling through the woods or something.
Oh,
It's a
it's so
different
cheesy.
different
What year
vibe.
was this?
Oh my god, 70s maybe? Don't
Okay.
quote me on that.
Okay
I was just
there.
looking
All
at
right
Twitter
there.
and
Makes a
all
little
the old
sense.
ads.
Yeah.
But look, it's been 100
different-
years. Jaguar
yeah.
started in 1920, and now we're in 2025. So if they want to try something new, try it now. And if it doesn't work, go from there.
That's
Yeah.
what we say. That's what we say here. I like that.
I do.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we get back from the break, 2 scams and a slap, and we also finish off with dissecting martial law in South Korea, and it might be some advice for us moving forward.
Yeah.
So we'll see you after the break.
Hi, I'm Anjali Bhimani.
And I'm Julia Bianco.
And we are so excited to be bringing you our new creative baby, the Character Select podcast.
I've wanted to save the world since I was 4.
There has been no character like him up to that point, and there really hasn't been a character since.
Every episode of Character Select, we're going to be taking fantastic video game performances and talking about what makes them tick, what makes them exciting as players, as performers, as sound designers, as casting directors.
I feel like I've been ambushed. I was here to be on a podcast to talk about a video game.
So it's a big old love fest here. That's how we start this, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Recognized by the 2013 edition of the Guinness World Book of Records Gamers Edition as the most prolific female video game voice actor in the world.
You know it's a special project when you hold on to the people you created it with.
Careers are born by being in the right place at the right time, where you can't control the right time, but you can control the right place.
We have to talk about it because everybody else is talking about it, and it's ridiculous. The pardon powers in this country have been abused since the beginning of this country. And yeah, yesterday Joe Biden he pardoned his son Hunter Biden, vowing not to for essentially his whole re-election campaign, his whole presidential campaign. And Hunter had been convicted for lying to a gun dealer, lying on federal screening for him about his drug use, and possessing a gun despite restrictions for people addicted to drugs. And it is true that for most people, first offenses and stuff like that, this is not something. It is true that he was the center of a political witch hunt. It is true that he would be going to jail. It's largely it would be a tragedy of justice. Nothing compared to Trump letting out the January 6th rioters, especially the people that, did harm to police officers. It was something like 100 and something police officers that day on January 6th that were injured, and several died. And, to think that those, he's just going to they're going to use the fact that Biden did this on the way out. And I like what I saw online about this, and I think I heard Lovett saying it or something, but it was basically his fuck it pardon.
Yeah.
I'd never thought about it, but think about it. He thought he could win, and then now he's getting blamed for where we are. Mm-hmm. He knows that, the Mayor McCheese is going to be in charge of the Department of Justice coming up. So, let's be honest. The Hamburglar is going to be the Department of Treasury. And so, fuck it on your way out. But the thing that is messed up is that in his statement, he gave him, or for the pardon, he gave him 11-year pardon, like blanket pardon, going back to 2014. I'm all for the fuck it pardon. If you would have blanket pardoned, think of everybody that Trump has said that they and his people have said that they're going to go after when they get in. Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Sure.
Anthony Fauci. Anybody from the FBI they want to go after. Jack Smith, right? And so give pardons to those people.
Right.
Give blanket pardons to those people first. It just looks bad, man, and he's done so many good things. It is it's frustrating, and at the same time, I think you take most people nowadays, they would do it for their.
I mean, it's their kid,
children. Yeah.
It's your child. I mean, we have to be able to separate ourselves, but also understanding the position that they're in. But at the end of the day, they are human. Well, most of them are. Yeah, most of them are human.
Yeah, but Trump pardoning his son-in-law's dad, or himself, or Paul Manafort, who was literally talking to Russian intelligence with data figures for Trump, that kind of stuff there shouldn't be pardons, but Trump pardoned it, and we just gloss over the pardon now. And it was always one of those things where I was frustrated that they let off, George Bush. I was frustrated that they let off people in the financial crisis of 2008. How are people not getting? And it just solidifies a sad reality that there's just that sort of that kind of political White House crimes and stuff like that. I don't know. It just feels it's kind of depressing in some way, even though you kind of understand that he did it.
Yeah. And then I think about, more than half of our incarcerated, people are innocent.
Yeah.
We've got people on death row and manslaughter that have been proven not guilty time and time again.
Thank you.
And we just let them continue on with their jail sentences, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just frustrating because it's like, why does this one, you know, it's just always a game. Like, why does this one get away with it and why does this one not? If we have a rule or a law and this is what it is,
thank you.
Like, you can't make things wishy-washy. Like, it makes it very hard for people to understand, and then it creates a very slippery slope for anybody that wants to do crime or, you know, break those laws. Like, I don't understand it.
It's depressing a little bit. And, you know, how about, you know, do a blanket pardon of everybody that is, you know, convicted of nonviolent marijuana crimes? How about do that? Do a blanket pardon for all nonviolent marijuana offenders federally on your way out.
Yeah.
You want to impress us? Do that.
And all nonviolent students just trying to pay their student loan debt like myself.
Yeah.
That would be a really great pardon.
That's the Supreme Court.
I'm taking it too far now.
Yeah,
I'm taking it too far on the pardons, but I'm just saying.
No, but I mean, Supreme Court's like, no, we can't help you guys with your student loan debt, but
but they can give away billions.
Watch the pardons that are about to come January 20th. Oof. All right, coming up after the break, we'll get into what's going on in South Korea and that part of the world that we need to pay attention to. It's martial law. It's, I don't know, getting rid of their president. And so we're going to tell you why that's relevant. And then Asia gets to ask me, I'm in the hot seat with you, the listener, for 2 scams and a slap.
Gambling is part of the culture of America, since even before we were America. I'm Norman Chad. I know gambling. I've played blackjack and poker. I've bet sports and horse races. I've even hit the slot machines at a Pahrump, Nevada 7-Eleven. You say gambling, I say gambling mad. So join me on Gambling Mad with Norman Chad, wherever you find your podcasts. Follow us on socials at Gambling Mad Show or at Gambling Mad Norman Chad at YouTube.
All right. Martial law was put in place in South Korea for 6 hours before Parliament reversed the decision. Currently, impeachment proceedings are in place for Yoon Suk-yeol. Yeol vowed to eliminate anti-state forces. Now, and the question is, why would he do this in the first place? And if you can be pushed back by Parliament, or you can be without even really having to get to the people, that was fascinating to me, because I think it's going to be required of us to deal. There's a lot of things that we thought help was coming and help is not coming. And so this story was really, really encouraging, I think, because it was a problem. It was almost like what would be the equivalent of a constitutional emergency, right? Or constitutional crisis or whatever that we could have here, you know, really easily. And to know that it can actually get worked out by the people that are in charge. Now, I don't know what Vegas odds are on us being able to pull that off here, but it still is nice to know and to see it when something kind of works and the checks and balances, you know, show that, yeah, okay, it can actually happen. You can hold, you can do this, you know, safety net.
No, absolutely. I mean, it gives you a little bit of hope and security that maybe those checks and balances can come into play. I mean, I don't know. But
we might need to do it here. Just asking for a friend. It's not me. It's my neighbor. My neighbor was wondering.
Your neighbor. Okay.
Yeah. My neighbor was wondering, you know, if we have to, you know, do something like that here, how does that go about happening?
Give us the steps.
So if you know this, put it in our
12.
comments. I'll pass it to my neighbor. All right. Before we get out of here, but as promised, 2 scams and a slap. Today, I am in the hot seat. For those of you that don't know, 2 scams and a slap. This world is so batshit crazy that we have to pick which one of these things is actually true. And the messed up thing is, so many of these things nowadays, you're kind of thinking they could all be true. So, but give it to me. Today, we're in the hot seat with you, the dear listener. So,
okay. First one. A man claims to have invented a sleep deprivation alarm clock that wakes you up with disturbing news and facts.
Okay.
The second one.
That's diabolical. Okay.
New York artist shoots a massive nude photo shoot on the iconic Story Bridge.
Okay.
And third, a woman finds her missing cat after an Instagram account starring her cat goes viral.
Oh my God. on sheer on sheer the balance of what it is, I want that to be true. I'm going to say that. Did the cat have an Instagram account?
No.
Oh man.
So that one threw me because I was thinking, like,
I mean
Charlie. It makes sense, a cat.
Charlie's got he's a best-selling author, and he's got a hot Instagram page, so it could be possible.
Cats and dogs are, ruling the Instagrams. So
dogs, at least, not necessarily so much
in your
cats.
World. In your world, yes. We'll say animals for children.
Sure,
no, the slap of reality is that the New York artist did a huge, massive nude photo shoot. Now, what's cool about it is that the visuals are really amazing. When do you see thousands of naked people on a bridge?
Did you see what I did last weekend?
We're not counting you going streaking. You streaking in Los Angeles bridges is not the same as...
We're going streaking! Come on, guys, we're going streaking!
You guys might get lucky and catch Rick streaking.
Yeah, streaking down through L.A., but no.
But this was an actual beautiful display of the human body, and it was just kind of... it was really beautiful to see... They all are making the same shapes on the bridge, you know, laying, doing all of this stuff. And it just looks cool from aerial, the photography that was done. Yeah. And apparently it's on display for a couple months. But yeah, just interesting. You wouldn't think there would be a public nude display.
In this country.
Yeah. In New York.
Yeah, right.
On a bridge.
Yeah. But if you're going to do it, shout out to New York. Props.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff.
That is super cool. All right, that'll do it for us this week. But before we head out, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the stuff. Please do not forget about our little girl, Daisy /Rachel /Sasha. Well, we need to get our girl some legs, so please check it out on our page. And make sure...
if you're in the LA area and you're interested in fostering or adopting one of our fur kids we've talked about on the show, make sure you hit us up or check our Compassion Kind page.
That's right. All right. Sonics.
Love.
Action.
Progress.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Slap the Power is a Slap Network production. It's written and produced by Rick Barriodil and Asia Nakia. Our senior producer is Bree Corey, audio and video editing by Asher Friedberg and Bree Corey, and studio facilities provided by Slap Studios LA and 360 Pod Studios. If you're into online power scrolling like we are, don't forget to follow Slap the Power on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and probably Pinterest soon for access to full episodes, bonus content, and more. And if you're as full of hot takes and crazy ideas as we are, please think about dropping us a review to help boost this episode, and you can help blow up the group chat by sharing with friends, family, or random shit posters on the internet you want in on the conversation. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, please email info@slapthepower.com.